Did you know that respect is much more than just a formality? It is the backbone of all human interactions. But what if I told you that the way you understand respect might be completely wrong? In this video, we will uncover one of the biggest misconceptions about human relationships and reveal how a lack of respect can not only destroy your relationships, but also compromise your mental health and well-being. As the great Buddha once said, respect for oneself is the beginning of cultivating virtue in men and women alike. Stay with us for a groundbreaking revelation that could transform the way you interact with the world around you. Learn how to protect your dignity and improve your interpersonal connections once and for all. And don't forget, we want to hear from you. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's begin. 1. Consistent lack of respect. Respect is essential in every relationship, whether with friends, family, or colleagues. It forms the basis of how we treat each other and how we expect to be treated. If someone consistently ignores your feelings, disregards your thoughts, or oversteps your boundaries, it's a clear sign of disrespect. Buddha's teachings remind us that a person who cannot respect their own parents, who are fundamental figures in one's life, is unlikely to truly respect anyone else. Reflecting on this teaching, we see that continuous disrespect from someone can deeply affect not only your day-to-day happiness, but also your inner peace and spiritual well-being. Such relationships can drain your emotional health, leaving you feeling undervalued and disrespected. It's important to recognize these signs early and consider the potential need to distance yourself to maintain your own well-being. In a world where kindness and compassion are valued, allowing yourself to be in a situation where these are absent can be unnecessarily harrowing. Remember, maintaining a distance from toxic behaviors isn't just about finding tranquility. It's also about respecting yourself and affirming your worth. When respect is absent, our core sense of security and acceptance can be undermined, making it difficult to thrive in other areas of life. 2. Misaligned values. Sharing similar values is the backbone of any strong relationship. When our core beliefs and principles align with those of others, it creates a stable and harmonious connection. However, if you find significant differences in your ethical or moral beliefs with someone, these gaps can lead to continuous disagreements and discomfort. Buddha wisely noted, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." This teaches us that speaking and living truthfully in a way that fosters peace is more valuable than engaging in endless arguments that lead nowhere. If your interactions with someone consistently clash with your deepest values, causing turmoil rather than tranquility, it might be a signal that you need to seek peace by distancing yourself from these conflicting values. Prioritizing harmony within yourself can often mean re-evaluating and possibly stepping away from relationships that challenge your peace of mind. Remember, maintaining your inner peace may require making tough decisions about who you allow into your life. Ultimately, aligning with those who share your values can lead to a more fulfilling and peaceful existence. 3. Manipulation. Manipulation in relationships can lead to suffering for everyone involved. The Buddha taught us that just like in the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. The distinctions we often believe in are merely creations of our own minds. This wisdom helps us understand that manipulation is a form of deceit that distorts the truth and creates unnecessary divisions and suffering. When someone manipulates, they are trying to control or influence others in an unfair way, leading to confusion and pain. It's important to recognize these actions for what they are, a harmful fabrication that brings distress. By identifying and understanding manipulation, you can choose to distance yourself from it and seek healthier, more transparent relationships that are based on mutual respect and truthfulness. This awareness allows you to safeguard your emotional and spiritual well-being, promoting an environment where genuine connections can flourish. Recognizing and stepping away from manipulative behaviors can also be a profound act of self-compassion, aligning your actions with the Buddhist path of integrity and peace. 4. Lack of trust. Trust is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It's the foundation that supports all interactions, allowing us to feel secure and valued. Without trust, a relationship is unstable. Much like a building without a solid foundation, it wobbles and may eventually collapse under pressure. The Buddha poetically described the power of words when he said, "The tongue like a sharp knife, kills without drawing blood." This teaches us that just as a knife can cut deeply without leaving a visible mark, so too can broken trust cause deep emotional pain that isn't immediately apparent. When trust is repeatedly breached, the invisible wounds can be profound, often signaling that it might be healthier to step back or even walk away from the relationship. It's important to recognize when trust cannot be rebuilt, as continuing in such a relationship can lead to ongoing hurt and instability. Recognizing this lack of trust allows us to make informed decisions about our emotional investments, ensuring that we are protecting our mental and emotional well-being. Trust, once lost, may take a long time to recover, if at all. It's crucial to be honest with oneself about the feasibility of restoring it in the relationship. 5. Negative effects on mental health. Your mental health is absolutely essential to your overall well-being. In any healthy relationship, you should feel supported, understood, and valued, not anxious, stressed, or emotionally drained. Buddha emphasized the importance of maintaining good health, both in body and mind, as a fundamental duty. He taught, "To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear." This wisdom reminds us that our mental clarity and strength are deeply connected to how we are treated and influenced by those around us. If you find yourself constantly feeling unsettled or distressed due to someone's actions or words, it's a strong sign that this relationship might be harming your mental health. It's important to be in relationships that bring peace and strengthen your mind, not ones that cloud your thoughts and weaken your emotional state. Prioritize spending time with people who help you feel calm and clear-headed, those who encourage your happiness and personal growth. 6. Repetitive disharmony. Harmony is not just a musical term, but a profound principle within Buddhism that applies to all relationships. It's about balance, understanding, and mutual respect, qualities that foster peace and spiritual growth. Buddha emphasized the importance of useful and peaceful words, teaching us that better than 1,000 useless words is one useful word, hearing which one attains peace. If you find yourself repeatedly in situations where your interactions are marked by discord, tension, and a lack of understanding, it's a strong indicator that the relationship may not be conducive to your spiritual or emotional well-being. In Buddhism, the environment we create and sustain around us deeply influences our path to enlightenment. Consistent disharmony can disturb not only our mental peace, but also our spiritual focus. It disrupts the tranquility needed for insightful meditation and thoughtful reflection, which are pivotal in Buddhist practice. When conflicts become a regular pattern rather than isolated incidents, it may be a signal from the universe or your own inner Buddha nature to reevaluate the energies you allow into your life. Such situations demand more than passive acknowledgement. They require active decision-making. Reflecting on this persistent lack of harmony, one should consider whether continuing the relationship is beneficial or if it's time to let go and seek peace. which is both a journey and a destination in the Buddhist way of life. 7. Feeling of constant drain. Imagine this scenario. You have just spent a few hours with a friend or family member. As you part ways, instead of feeling happy or energized, you feel as if all your energy has been completely drained. This isn't about the normal tiredness that comes from being active. It's a deeper kind of exhaustion that affects your emotions and your spirit. This feeling of being drained is a significant sign that something might be wrong in the relationship. Let's consider a wisdom from Buddha. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. This metaphor beautifully illustrates that in a healthy relationship, joy and positivity flow freely between individuals, just like light from one candle can ignite others without diminishing its own flame. Each person involved should come away feeling uplifted, not less happy or more tired. However, when you consistently feel depleted after your interactions with someone, it indicates that the relationship might be unbalanced. It's possible that the other person is relying heavily on you for emotional support, energy and attention, but isn't reciprocating or contributing positively to your life. This imbalance can create a cycle where you feel increasingly exhausted, making it hard for you to maintain your own emotional stability and happiness. The impact of such a draining relationship can be profound. Over time, you might find it difficult to engage with others or find joy in activities that you once loved. This kind of emotional drain can sap your energy and leave you feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. Remember, relationships should enrich your life, not make it harder. If you recognize this pattern in a relationship, it's important to address it. Start by acknowledging to yourself that these feelings of exhaustion are real and valid. Then, if possible, try to discuss your feelings with the other person. Express your needs clearly. Sometimes, simply making someone aware of the issue can lead to a change. People often don't realize the effect their behavior has on others until it's pointed out to them. However, if the situation doesn't improve even after discussing it, you might need to make some difficult decisions. Protecting your own well-being sometimes requires setting strong boundaries or even reducing contact with the person who drains you. In extreme cases, it might mean ending the relationship altogether. It's crucial to remember that you deserve to be in relationships that bring you joy and energy, not ones that leave you feeling depleted. To find truly fulfilling relationships, seek out those that offer a balance of give and take. Look for people who light up your life just as much as you light up theirs. In these relationships, you'll feel your happiness and energy multiply, proving the truth of Buddha's teaching. Sharing your light with others should increase your own, not diminish it. 8. Abuse of any kind. Abuse in any relationship, whether physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological, is not only unacceptable, but fundamentally opposed to the principles of Buddhism, which advocate for compassion, kindness, and non-harm. It's important to recognize that abuse can manifest in many forms. Emotional abuse might include derogatory remarks, constant criticism, or threats. Verbal abuse often involves shouting, harsh language, or relentless insults. Psychological abuse can be subtler, involving manipulative behaviors that cause self-doubt or isolate you from loved ones. There's also financial abuse, where one person controls another's access to financial resources, stifling their independence. In Buddhism, there is a powerful metaphor that likens personal growth to a snake shedding its skin. Just as a snake must shed its old skin to grow, we too must let go of harmful elements in our lives to continue our personal and spiritual development. The Buddha teaches us that our journey through life is about evolving spiritually and emotionally, and this often requires letting go of painful, harmful ties. The presence of abuse in a relationship is a clear sign that it is detrimental to your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Staying in such a relationship conflicts with the Buddhist path of self-compassion and mindfulness. It's essential to recognize that enduring abuse does not equate to patience or tolerance praised in Buddhism. Rather, it hampers your ability to live a life based on Buddhist values of respect and peace. Even a painful one is an opportunity for learning and spiritual growth. Leaving an abusive relationship, though incredibly challenging, can be a profound moment of awakening. It embodies the Buddhist principle of samsara, the cycle of birth, suffering, death, and rebirth, which teaches us about the impermanence of all things and the potential for renewal at every turn. As you make the brave decision to leave, you are essentially choosing to break free from a cycle of suffering, paving the way for a new phase of life that promises greater peace and enlightenment. Buddhism places a strong emphasis on the notion of karma, the idea that our actions create future consequences. By choosing to remove yourself from an abusive situation, you are setting a powerful intention and action into motion, which can lead to more positive outcomes and relationships based on mutual respect and kindness. This choice not only affects your own life, but can also influence others around you, demonstrating the importance of self-respect and the strength to make healthful changes. The concept of maitri, or loving kindness in Buddhism, underscores the importance of cultivating love and compassion, starting with oneself. In abusive relationships, self-love and self-compassion are often eroded, making it difficult to maintain a healthy sense of self-worth. By choosing to leave, you reaffirm your value and initiate the process of rebuilding self-esteem and self-compassion. This rekindling of love for oneself is a critical step in healing and is fully aligned with Buddhist teachings. Buddhism also teaches us about detachment, which does not mean becoming indifferent, but rather not clinging to harmful patterns or relationships that cause suffering. Detaching from an abusive partner is a practical application of this principle, allowing you to regain control over your happiness and well-being. It's a move towards experiencing life more fully and authentically, without the overshadowing presence of fear or pain. The journey away from abuse and towards recovery is also a path of mindfulness, another key aspect of Buddhism. Mindfulness involves being fully present and aware of one's feelings and thoughts without judgment. As you transition out of an abusive situation, mindfulness can help you process your experiences more healthily, recognize patterns that may have led to or perpetuated the abuse, and make more conscious choices in the future. Each step away from abuse and towards healing is not just a step away from suffering, it's a step towards greater personal freedom, peace, and spiritual depth. This transformative journey can lead you to discover a more resilient, compassionate, and enlightened version of yourself, deeply rooted in the compassionate and mindful teachings of Buddhism. 9. Destructive communication. Communication is the core of human interaction, serving not only as a tool for exchanging information, but as a vital means for connecting emotionally with others. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us that speak only endearing speech, speech that is welcomed, speech when it brings no evil to others, is a pleasant thing. This directive underlines the profound impact our words have on our relationships and personal spiritual journey. By choosing our words carefully and mindfully, we can foster peace and mutual respect, which are foundational in Buddhism. Destructive communication can take many forms, from overt aggression and verbal abuse to subtle insults and passive-aggressive comments. It's important to recognize that such communication often stems from deeper emotional disturbances. Feelings of insecurity, unresolved anger, or deep-seated fear can drive individuals to lash out, seeking to protect themselves or control situations through their words. However, This approach invariably backfires, creating more conflict and emotional distance. The impact of destructive communication extends beyond the immediate discomfort it causes. It can set a tone of hostility and defensiveness that permeates the relationship, making authentic connection nearly impossible. Over time, it can lead to chronic stress, emotional burnout, and even complete relational breakdown. These outcomes are antithetical to the Buddhist pursuit of peace and enlightenment, where each interaction is an opportunity to practice kindness and compassion. In Buddhism, right speech is not only about avoiding falsehood, but about fostering truth, harmony, and affection through our verbal and non-verbal expressions. It involves speaking truthfully and beneficially, and choosing words that inspire hope and reconciliation rather than discord. To practice right speech, we must be mindful of our motives and emotions, recognizing when we are being driven by negative impulses that can lead to destructive outcomes. Transitioning from destructive to constructive communication requires intentional practice and mindfulness. It begins with self-reflection. By regularly examining our own speech patterns and the motivations behind them, we can start to make conscious changes. Mindfulness meditation is a valuable tool in this process, as it cultivates an awareness of the present moment and our current emotional state, allowing us to choose responses that align with our values rather than reacting out of habit. Active listening is another crucial component of constructive communication. This means truly hearing what the other person is saying without planning your next response while they speak. It involves empathy, an effort to understand not just the words but the emotions behind them. When we listen actively, we validate the other's feelings and perspectives, which can diffuse conflict and build mutual trust. If you find yourself consistently on either end of destructive communication, consider these points as signs that the relationship may need re-evaluation, or that you may need to engage more deeply with the practices of mindfulness and right speech. Sometimes, stepping back from or adjusting the dynamics of a relationship can be necessary to realign with the path of personal and interpersonal peace. Remember, every interaction is a chance to practice the Dharma. Each word you choose can either support your journey towards enlightenment or detract from it. Choose wisely, speak kindly, and consider how your communication can contribute to an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. 10. Disregard for personal needs. In the vast and intricate tapestry of human relationships, the principle of mutual care and consideration stands as a foundational pillar, guiding the interactions between individuals towards a state of harmony, empathy, and understanding. Embedded within the profound teachings of Buddha lies a timeless observation that reverberates through the corridors of history. If one's friends do not sympathize with one's sorrows, it is better to live in a forest. This ancient wisdom, steeped in compassion and insight, speaks volumes about the essence of empathy and reciprocity within the delicate fabric of social connections. Consider for a moment the delicate dance of emotions and needs that defines the human experience. Each individual, like a fragile bloom, seeks nourishment and sustenance from the warmth and light of compassion, understanding, and mutual support. In the sanctuary of genuine companionship, these emotional needs find resonance, creating an environment where vulnerabilities are embraced with tenderness and strengths are celebrated with joyous abandon. However, when the wellspring of empathy runs dry and the echoes of our joys and sorrows fall upon indifferent ears, the very foundation of the relationship begins to crumble under the weight of neglect and indifference. Disregard for personal needs within the context of a relationship is akin to traversing a desolate landscape, devoid of the nurturing sustenance required for emotional growth and well-being. It fosters a profound sense of isolation and disconnection, where the essence of one's being is left unacknowledged and unappreciated, like a solitary flower wilting in the harsh glare of the sun. Each instance of neglect serves as a fracture in the delicate tapestry of intimacy, eroding the trust and goodwill that once bound individuals together in a bond of shared humanity. It is imperative to recognize that the journey towards self-realization often intertwines with the acknowledgement of our intrinsic worthiness and the nurturing of our emotional landscape. Every individual, regardless of their station in life, deserves to be cherished and respected within the rich tapestry of human relationships, their emotional needs and aspirations held sacred and inviolable. However, when the delicate balance of reciprocity is disrupted and one finds themselves perpetually sacrificing their emotional well-being on the altar of indifference and neglect, it serves as a poignant wake-up call, a clarion call for introspection and self-reflection. In such moments of profound reckoning, the tranquil embrace of solitude beckons, a sanctuary where the soul finds solace amidst the whispering boughs of ancient trees and the gentle murmur of a babbling brook. It is here, amidst the tranquil serenity of nature, that one can reconnect with the rhythm of their own heartbeat, liberated from the cacophony of external expectations and the relentless demands of societal norms. Embracing solitude does not signify a retreat from human connection, but rather a reaffirmation of one's intrinsic worth and the courage required to honor the sanctity of one's being. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to the unwavering resolve to nurture the seeds of self-love and self-respect amidst the tumult of interpersonal dynamics and societal pressures. In essence, the disregard for personal needs within a relationship serves as a catalyst for profound introspection and self-discovery, an invitation to embark on a journey of self-reclamation and emotional healing. It is a testament to the indomitable strength of the human spirit, to the unwavering resolve to honor the whispers of intuition and the echoes of the heart, even in the face of adversity and uncertainty. So, if the branches of a relationship fail to provide the nurturing shelter and support we so desperately seek, it is not a sign of weakness, but rather an opportunity for growth and renewal. It is a gentle reminder that our worthiness of love and respect transcends the confines of external validation, resonating deep within the recesses of our soul. A testament to the timeless wisdom of Buddha and the transformative power of self-love and acceptance. Let us heed the wisdom of the ages and tread the path of self-discovery with unwavering conviction and courage. For it is only when we tend to the garden of our own hearts with tender, loving care that we truly blossom and radiate the essence of our authenticity and humanity for the world to behold. Recognizing these signs can be challenging, but it is often a step toward a more peaceful and fulfilling life. If you resonate with what we've shared today, consider taking the steps needed to protect your peace and continue on your path. Please like, share, and comment below with your thoughts or experiences. We value your engagement and look forward to helping you on your journey. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more insights into how Buddhist principles can guide your everyday life. Stay mindful and see you next time.